The warmth on your skin right now left the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. Feel it anyway. It's real light, real heat, arriving on schedule. You are standing in sunlight. Your skin feels warm. The sky above you is blue, steady, unremarkable. Nothing about this moment feels like a countdown, but it is one. If the sun disappeared right now, you'd have exactly 8 minutes before you'd know. That warmth on your arm left the sun's surface 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. It has been traveling this whole time. The sun you're feeling right now might not even be the sun that exists right now. You have never once in your entire life seen or felt the sun as it currently is. Every photon that's ever touched your skin was already old news by the time it arrived. This isn't a glitch. It's the deal. Let that sit for a second. Light does not move instantly. Nothing does. Light travels at a fixed speed, roughly 300,000 kilometers every second. Fast, but not infinite. The sun sits about 150 million kilometers away. Cross that gap at light speed, and the trip takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds every single time, with no exceptions. So when you look up and see the sun sitting there, you are not seeing the sun as it is. You are seeing the sun as it was 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. Every glance at the sky is a look into the past, a short past, but a real one. Here's where most people get it wrong. Gravity feels different from light. Light travels. Gravity just is. The sun pulls, Earth orbits, and that pull feels like it happens instantly the moment it happens, no delay, no travel time. Cut the sun's mass out of existence, and Earth should feel the absence immediately. That instinct is completely wrong, and it took physics a long time to prove it. Gravity is not a string tied between two objects tightening the instant one end moves. Gravity is a disturbance moving through the fabric of space itself. Einstein's general relativity says gravity has to travel. It cannot act instantly across a distance no matter how strong the pull feels. And when gravity travels, it travels at exactly one speed. The same speed light uses. That means light and gravity are not two separate countdowns racing each other to Earth. They are the same countdown, locked together, arriving in the same instant after the exact same delay. In 2017, astronomers finally caught this in the act. Two neutron stars, roughly 130 million light-years away, collided and merged. The collision sent out a burst of gravitational waves, ripples in space-time itself, radiating outward in every direction. It also sent out a burst of gamma rays, ordinary light, just extremely energetic. Detectors on Earth caught both signals. The gravitational wave detectors LIGO and Virgo picked up the ripple. Nearly 70 telescopes around the world and in orbit caught the light. The two signals arrived within about 1.7 seconds of each other, after traveling for over 100 million years across the universe. That gap, 1.7 seconds, is nothing. Across that distance, any real difference in speed between gravity and light would have stretched into years of separation, not seconds. The near-perfect match confirmed something once purely theoretical. Gravity's speed matches light's speed to a precision of about 1 part in a quadrillion. There is no early warning system hiding inside gravity, no faster signal slipping ahead to give Earth a head start. So picture it happening. The sun vanishes, not fades, not dims. Gone completely in an instant somewhere out there, 150 million kilometers away. Earth doesn't react, not yet. It can't. The information hasn't arrived. For the next 8 minutes and 20 seconds, Earth keeps orbiting exactly as before, curving around a point in space where nothing remains, still bathed in sunlight, still warm. The gravitational pull that used to come from a star now comes from an empty coordinate, and Earth cannot tell the difference because the old gravitational signal is still in transit, still arriving, still doing its job, as if nothing happened. During that delay, Earth doesn't sit still. It moves at roughly 107,000 kilometers an hour along its orbit. In 8 minutes and 20 seconds, that adds up to nearly 15 million kilometers of travel, all of it, along a perfectly normal curve around a sun that no longer exists. No telescope catches it. No instrument on the ground flickers. No satellite reports anything unusual. The light streaming toward every camera and every eye on the planet is old light already in flight, completely unaware that its source is gone. Here's the question a sharp viewer asks immediately. Couldn't something outrun the light? Some particle, some faster signal, some early warning built into physics that gives Earth even a few seconds of notice? There's one real candidate: neutrinos. Certain solar events send neutrinos ahead of light because neutrinos barely interact with matter and can slip through the sun's dense interior faster than photons trapped bouncing around inside it. That's a real documented head start. Astronomers have used exactly this trick before to catch advance notice of a supernova core collapse. But that trick only works for events happening inside the sun. A total disappearance isn't an internal process releasing trapped particles early. It's the complete removal of the source. There's no internal signal to leak out ahead of schedule because there's no interior left to leak from. No neutrino burst, no faster particle, no known physical signal of any kind moves faster than light through open space. The 8-minute delay isn't a technical limitation waiting on better detectors. It's the floor. Nothing gets under it. So the fix confirms itself technically real and then fails to apply here. Neutrino early warning works for stars that are dying slowly from the inside. It says nothing about a star that has simply ceased to exist. The floor holds exactly as it was. Then the delay runs out. At the exact instant 8 minutes and 20 seconds have passed, everything changes at once, not gradually, not in stages, simultaneously. The light cuts out completely. The sky doesn't dim first and go dark later. It goes from full daylight to total blackness. In the same instant, the last old photon strikes the ground. At that exact same moment, the gravitational anchor disappears too. Earth stops curving. The force that bent its path into a circle for 4.5 billion years simply isn't there anymore. Newton's first law takes over immediately. An object in motion stays in motion in a straight line unless something acts on it. Nothing is acting on Earth anymore. It stops turning. It starts flying. Earth's orbital speed is about 30 kilometers per second. That velocity doesn't disappear, it just stops curving. Earth launches outward in a straight line, carrying every person, every ocean, every structure along with it into the dark at the exact same speed it was already traveling a moment before. Within about a year, Earth would have drifted roughly 940 million kilometers from where its old orbit used to be. That's deep into the temperature range of the outer solar system, cold enough that nothing about Earth's climate would resemble anything familiar. The cold arrives long before the drift does. Without sunlight, surface temperatures start dropping within hours, not days, hours. The heat retained in the ground, the air, and the oceans starts bleeding away into space immediately, with nothing coming in to replace it. Within roughly a week, models suggest global average surface temperatures would fall below freezing. Not just at night, not just at the poles. Everywhere, all the time, continuously. Plants that depend on sunlight for energy stop producing it within hours of the light cutting out. Photosynthesis doesn't slow down gently. It stops because the input it depends on stopped existing. Every food chain built on that process begins collapsing from its base upward immediately, without exception. Within a few years, the oceans begin freezing over, not just the surface ice caps expanding. The open ocean itself, starting from the top down, sealing in whatever heat remains underneath a thickening lid of ice that only grows colder and thicker with each passing year. That's the point of no return. Once the oceans start locking away their remaining heat under ice, there's no mechanism left on Earth capable of reversing the collapse. No sunlight, no orbit, no incoming energy of any kind. The planet's entire climate system, built over billions of years around a constant, reliable heat source, has no answer for its total and permanent absence. There is no survivable response to any of this because there doesn't need to be one. Stars don't simply vanish. Nothing in known physics allows a star to blink out of existence in an instant. This scenario isn't a warning about a real threat, it's a thought experiment built specifically to isolate one fact with total clarity: gravity is not instant, and neither is light, and Earth's entire relationship with its own star runs on a fixed physical delay at every single moment, whether the sun is vanishing or simply existing normally, exactly as it has for billions of years. That delay isn't a one-time event triggered by catastrophe. It's permanent, ongoing, and already running right now as you read this. Every photon of sunlight reaching Earth this second left the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. Every bit of the sun's gravitational pull currently curving Earth's orbit is also 8 minutes and 20 seconds old. You have never experienced the sun as it currently exists. You never will. Nobody ever has. A radio broadcast makes the idea easier to hold on to. Imagine a distant transmitter that suddenly goes off the air. The receiver keeps playing the last broadcast signal for exactly as long as it takes that off signal to travel the distance between transmitter and receiver. Until that signal arrives, everything sounds completely normal. The silence, when it comes, arrives all at once with no fade-out warning it. A cut tug-of-war rope works the same way. The person holding their end doesn't feel the slack the instant the rope is cut somewhere far down the line. They feel the tension exactly as long as it takes the released rope to physically go limp along its entire length. Until that wave of slack arrives, the pull still feels completely real, completely present, completely trustworthy. Or think of a pen pal writing letters that always take exactly the same number of days to arrive. If that person passed away, you would keep receiving their letters, cheerful, warm, alive sounding, for exactly as many days as the mail takes to travel. There would be no way to know anything had changed until the letters simply stopped arriving all at once, with the silence itself as the only signal. Earth's relationship to the sun runs on that same principle, just measured in minutes instead of days. The warmth is real. The light is real. But both are messages already in transit, sent from a version of the sun that existed 8 minutes and 20 seconds before you noticed anything at all. The physics is settled here, and it's settled a century after Einstein first predicted it. Gravity moves at the speed of light because gravity is not a force reaching instantly across empty space. It is a ripple in space-time, physically propagating outward bound by the exact same speed limit that governs everything else in the universe. There is no shortcut hidden inside gravity, no faster channel, no exception carved out for the thing that holds planets in their orbits. The Vera Rubin Observatory and the next generation of gravitational wave detectors, built as successors to LIGO and Virgo, are being designed to catch far more of these multi-messenger events, more neutron star collisions, more matched signals arriving together, confirming the same speed limit again and again with greater precision. They will refine the 9th decimal place of that agreement between gravity and light. They will not find a loophole in it. No telescope built in this century or any century after it will ever detect the sun's true current state a moment before the light announcing it arrives. The 8-minute delay isn't a limitation of instruments. It is the actual shape of cause and effect, and no future observatory will ever see past it.